Hi everyone, my name is Eric. I am a former competitive figure skater, and this is my figure skating reaction series. A quick little bit of background about me. I am a 5-time US National Championships competitor, including placing in the top 20 at the senior level in 2016. I trained for about 15 years in the Chicagoland area with top coaches, including most recently Olympic coach Denise Myers. Long story short, I know my stuff. Without further ado, let's get started. My previous video was about a US national scoring fiasco, but this one was an absolute disaster. Vincent Zhou is one of the best skaters in the world right now. And I personally know how incredible of an athlete he is because I've competed against him frequently since 2010, since we were just in juvenile, and then up until 2016 when I retired. And he beat me every time. However, when he messes up, just like any other athlete, he should be judged fairly and equally. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how Vincent is completely inaccurately judged on at least 6 of his 7 jumping passes in the free skate at the 2022 US Figure Skating Championships, and how ignoring these significant flaws is how Vincent ended up being in 3rd place instead of lower. Okay, so let's start off with Vincent's first quadruple Lutz jump. This was going to be the second slow-mo replay of his first quadruple Lutz in his free skate. All right, so he has a nice outside edge takeoff. He has significant pre-rotation, but we're just going to ignore that for the purpose of this video for now. Pay attention to his landing. He lands right about here, I would say, is where his toe pick touches the ice, or maybe right there. I would say that that's just over a quarter cheated, so that would be an under rotation because it's past that quarter mark. If you think that maybe he lands right there, okay, that's still at the quarter mark, so that should be at least a Q, if not in under rotation. And you can see that he turns for over a quarter of a rotation on the ice before he ends up landing the jump. And what was he given for this jump by the judges? No call. Quoting commentator Tara Lipinski on the first quadruple Lutz jump, that is definitely, I would say, an under rotation there, or just at the quarter. So clearly she thinks it's an under rotation, or at least a quarter. She kind of corrects herself, but it's given no call. And so it's obvious to the commentators as well. Okay, so let's move on to the quadruple flip jump. It's the second jump in his program. This one's gonna be short. I'm just gonna show you that his edge is wrong, or should be basically an exclamation point, edge attention on this jump. So flip jumps are supposed to be on the inside edge, left inside edge for him. And if you see, he's on a flat, almost outside edge right here. He picks. I would say that's a flat or slightly outside edge, so that should be given in attention mark, an exclamation point on the scoring sheet as he jumps up. And what was Vincent given by the technical panel? No call. Okay, so let's move right along into Vincent's quadruple Salchow jump. So this is where he takes off. Notice his takeoff. Straight back into it. Some pre-rotation. And then let's go to the landing, frame by frame here. And I would say he either lands it right here or right here maybe. Right here, that should be a Q. So I'd give that a Q. He's gonna rotate for a quarter of a rotation on the ice after he puts his blade down on the ice, right here. And what do the judges give him here? No call. Moving right along into the quadruple toe loop. So we go straight back right here. And that's his takeoff. And he spins in the air. That's where he lands. I would say that that's above the quarter mark, so we give that an under rotation. He's going to rotate just over a quarter of a rotation after his blade has hit the ice right here. And what do the judges give him here? A Q. For the quadruple toe jump, again quoting Tara Lipinski, she says that landing looked under, and then Johnny Weir says it was quarter-ish under-rotated. So at that point, I think they already knew that the judges were giving him a Q. But again, Tara Lipinski thinks that it was an under-rotation as well. All right, guys, this is Vincent's second quadruple Lutz jump. I know a lot of people here are saying that should count as a fall. It kind of looks like that here. The fall is defined as basically like not being mostly on your feet, if that makes sense, or your body weight isn't on your feet. But watching it in real time, I think that it's mostly fine. Like, he's on his feet from the time. So anyways, I don't think it's that much of a fall. So we're going to ignore that. But what we are going to pay attention to is the rotation. So right before he goes down, if you look at where his blade lands on the ice, it's right around, again, like a lot of his jumps here, at the quarter mark, slightly above, maybe right at the quarter. I would say it should be a Q, if not an under rotation. He's going to rotate on the ice for about a quarter of a turn after his blade has already hit the ice. All right, watch that again. Up, he's down right there, and then he rotates. And what do the judges give Vincent for that jump? No call. Moving right along into the triple axel Euler triple sow. So I think that the triple axel Euler is kind of okay. The triple axel landing is like slightly questionable right there, but I think it's maybe okay. He does a flip, which I don't know if they still count those Eulers as cheating jumps anymore, but if so, I mean, that's pretty cheated. And then we have the triple sow cow. So notice this is where his blade is taking off. It's kind of coming right into the camera right here. That's where he should be landing. And he goes up into the air for the triple sow, but notice where he lands. Right there, which is, again, I think over the quarter mark, but maybe just right at the quarter mark. So I would give that an under rotation, or perhaps a Q, because he's going to rotate for another quarter of rotation when he lands right there. And what do the judges give Vincent here? As usual, no call. Okay, so Vincent's last triple axel, I think it could have been an under rotation. Maybe it's a Q. They gave him a Q, so we're just gonna say that call was okay. But y'all, that is so many jumps that are cheated that are not called as they were. I would say that the two quadruple Lutzes, as well as that triple sow cow from the triple axel combination, were probably the most egregious, in which I think that they were really under rotations pretty clearly, and they weren't even called as Qs. So they were just given as if it was completely clean. And I think that's where it gets a little bit scary. Please go back and slow-mo watch it for yourself. But I just think that, you know, if it was like one or two like slightly questionable, but like, okay, it's fine, we can give it to him kind of deal, like benefit of the doubt kind of thing, sure. But when it's at least about 6 of his 7 jumping passes that just are not called correctly, I think that is where it's really worrisome. Vincent got 3rd, Jason got 4th. They were within a point or within half a point of each other. So this at least would have made the difference of that point with all of those under rotations, and could have put him quite a bit lower even, especially when thinking about it's not just the kind of rotation base values, the jump base values rather, but also the GOE. So the Qs should get a little bit less GOE and the unders should get even less GOE in terms of reduction of GOE. So yeah, guys, this concerns me. Again, Vincent is an incredible skater. He has beaten me every time. He's really great, but this just wasn't really fair to Jason and to everyone else in the competition. Yeah, I think it's just not super fair. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video. I'm curious, what did you guys think? Which jumps did Vincent cheat and which jumps did he land cleanly? Do you disagree with any of those judges' calls? Or 1 call, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7? because there's only 7 jumping passes. It's funny because I thought they were a little bit harsh on Vincent in the short program with that Q and the quad sow versus Nathan's quad lutz. I think I'm gonna make another video about that. But in this long program, you know what? I don't want to speak to the politics or the whatever going on that led to these calls, but these calls just weren't right. So let me know what you guys think. That's all for today.